Hey everybody, this is Mr. Horton with a series of video backup lessons for Studio Art 1, Studio Art 2, and film appreciation and cinematography. Verney Arts, Iona Prep. Welcome to part 2 of the 2-point project grade. This is worth 100 points. If you are confused about what we are doing right now, please find the previous video for this. Information on this project is available on my Google Classroom. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put in this crosswalk. So you're going to take your ruler, you're going to lock your ruler to the left dot. You're just going to pivot, and I'm going to bring my ruler up to the point where it's just offset of the corner of the curb, and I'm going to draw a line in that goes to the left dot. So this line right here goes to the left dot. I'm going to then do a second line going to the left dot, right above that, right here. So we have two lines that are converging at the left dot. I'm not bothering with drawing the lines through the positive space of all this stuff because I'm just going to erase it. Okay, now, the right lines, the actual crosswalk lines, we're going to lock our ruler to the right dot, and we're going to go to the crosswalk. And I'm just going to do a series of lines that are going to the right dot. And again, all I'm doing is pivoting on that line. These lines are not the same angle. They are all going to the right dot. Try to get in at least 6 lines on the crosswalk going across. I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 8. Okay? All right, so going to the first building, the first big building in positive space, the one closest to us, putting in windows and doors on the right front plane of the big building. I'm going to put in 2 lines going to the right dot at the top, kind of these 2 places. So I got 1 and 2. Okay, both those lines are going to the right dot. I'm going to do that same process again and again. So 4 lines on that right plane going to the right dot. Okay, and then finally I'm going to do it one last time. Again, one more line to the right dot. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, and now from the touch points, 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the vertical line, I'm going to the left dot. So at the first touch point right here, I'm going to the left, I'm going to the left, going to the left, going to the left. So 2 lines to the right, 2 lines to the left, 2 lines to the right, 2 lines to the left, 1 line to the right. I'm not doing it over here. Okay, now actually going into this building, all we're going to do is vertical lines in pairs to get the windows and doors knocked out. So starting with the upper row, I'm going to do 1 and I'm going to do 2 vertical lines, and I'm going to do 1 and I'm going to do 2 and I'm going to do 1 and then I'm going to do 2. So I have 6 lines in total in 3 pairs. All I'm going to do here is erase my in-between points, and like magic, you see those windows start popping out of the building. Okay, and then I'm gonna mimic these vertical lines in the next row. So I'm gonna do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Again, 6 lines, 3 pairs. Erase my in-betweens. So on that right plane of that front building right now, you should be looking at 6 square windows. All right, and then right down here, this one single line we put in, this is going to become the doorway. So I'm going to put in just 2 lines. That's it, just 2. And then I'm going to erase my excess on both sides. So now I have a doorway, 6 windows. Left side, left plane. I'm not going to be able to fit in 6 vertical lines over here, but I can comfortably fit 4. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Remember, rules of perspective, the pairings of the lines are getting closer together the closer they get to any respective dot. So as you move down these planes, these lines are going to group. And I'm going to mimic underneath 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. I'm going to erase my excess. Erase my excess. I'm erasing everything in between these lines. I am cleaning up the boxes. Cleaning up every single line that could potentially be a little bit erased. Okay, and then finally, the last thing I'm going to do with this building is I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to go to the top end of the building, and I'm going to give it a line going to the left dot at the top, and I'm going to give it a line going to the right dot where that touches the vertical line that started the building. Okay, so 2 lines to both dots. Okay, moving on to the second building on the left, we are going to put in loft-style windows in this building. So on the left plane of the second building, you're going to put in, again, pairs of 2. We're going to do 2 pairs going to the left dot with an additional 2 pairs right below that going to the left dot. And then again, we're going to put in a single line underneath that. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1. And then all we're going to do is we're going to go through these planes and we're going to close these off with a vertical. I'm going to skip a spot. I'm going to put in a vertical. I'm going to put in another vertical. I'm going to skip a spot and I'm going to put in another vertical. I'm going to erase my excess. 2 windows, 2 long windows right there. And then again, just like we did over here, I'm going to do a vertical line coming down that's going to kind of match the verticals. And then I'm going to do another vertical line right here. And this is going to become the doorway. I'm going to erase my excess, erase my excess. Okay, so we have 2 windows, we have a door. Let's put in a poster on the side of the building into the alleyway. So again, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do a line to the right dot, and I'm going to do a line to the right dot. These are going to be really far spaced apart. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in 1 vertical line right there. I'm going to erase, I'm going to erase. And then just like we did with the first building, I'm going to put in the molding at the top. So at the top end of the building, I'm going to do a line to the right. I'm going to do a line to the left where that touches the vertical line that started the building. So 2 lines to both dots at the top. It's going to constitute the molding. And then just go through the whole building. Make sure all of your lines are the same dark tone. The next left building, nothing too crazy on this one. We're just going to put in a doorway and a sign. So you guys are going to lock your ruler to the left dot, which is going to be right next to this. And I'm going to do 1 line to the left. I'm going to do 2 lines to the left. I'm going to do 3 lines to the left. Like that. And all we're going to do is we're going to close these off with the verticals, like this. And again, I'm going to erase my excess till I'm left with a double doorway, which I'm going to put a line in the middle of, and a sign above that. So we have the forward building. There's 6 windows, 4 windows. We got the next building. We have 2 loft windows. The building after that, we have the double doors and the sign. Now, let's go over here to this one. Okay, so over here, right plane, I'm going to put in, again, 1, and I'm going to put in 2. These are not going to be terribly close to one another because these windows are going to be way more vertical. And again, I'm going to put in a single line underneath that. So there's going to be a bigger set of doors. All right, working with the verticals here. We're going to go 1. Again, we're going to work in pairs of 2. Pairs of 2. So I got in 6 vertical lines in that spot. And again, I'm going to erase my in-betweens until I'm left with floating windows. There they are. Okay. And then I'm going to put in the framing for the door. So underneath this, there's the framing for the door. I'm going to erase my excess again. This door is kind of big, so I'm going to put in another line inside this spot right here. This goes to the right dot. I'm going to put in 2 more vertical lines in this spot right there. And I'm going to break this up with a line. So again, it just looks like a double door, almost with like glass around it. Okay, and finally, let's just put in simplest thing over here, which is a garage door. You're going to lock your ruler to the right dot. You're going to bring the ruler up. I'm going to put in a line into the right dot. I'm going to put in 2 verticals. I'm going to erase my excess. And then very similarly to how we did the crosswalk, I'm going to lock my ruler to the right dot, and I'm just going to do a series of lines to the right dot. I'm just pivoting, just pivoting, just pivoting. Here we go. 6 lines to the right dot. Give me like at least 4 in there to get in the garage lines. And yeah, that's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. We have 1 crosswalk. We have all these windows and doors. This is the project. You guys are going to photograph this. You're going to upload this to Classroom. It's worth 100 points. If you have any questions, email me. Remember, precision is the name of the game in perspective. If these lines are not correct, they're flat out wrong. In 2-point perspective, remember, your hard rule is your lines can only do 4 things in 2-point. They're either horizontal, vertical, and if they are diagonal, they are going to either the left dot or the right dot. If they are not going to one of those 2 dots, they are usually wrong, okay? Again, questions, email me. Good luck on the assignment. Photograph and upload it to Classroom. If you have any questions about the assignment, email me or refer to the project on Google Classroom. See you in class.